Alright, we're here today with my bench amp, which is the Behringer A500. It weighs a lot. Like a lot. Like I could kill you with it from about that high up. If I drop this on you, you'd die. And the reason it weighs that much is... I put this down gently so you know what it's made out of. Steel. That is a torsional transformer, the likes of which you won't find in most current equipment. How's my camera? Is it looking down at that? Yes. Amplifiers are basically two parts, the caps and the power supply. And it has decent sized caps, so not the biggest. I mean, I got that Spec 2 Pioneer over there that has caps in it the size of soda cans. And a torsional transformer twice as big as this, but this and these is pretty much bulletproof bench amp right now. I don't know the they actually don't spec the 8 ohm stereo wattage, but I know if you switch it to bridge mono, make this a mono amp, this is 500 watts 8 ohm in mono. So it's a killer amp. It is just here to take abuse because I don't want to touch my vintage Japanese Pioneer or a T-amp for any sort of subwoofer testing that comes up in the future. And you can see on the back, I pulled the top off for you, but you can see on the back, don't crush the knobs, you've got 1/4 inch in, RCA in, XLR in, and you could output with 1/4 inch, including in bridge mono, which I think is an interesting thing if you wanted to get really convenient with just plugging in speakers. It's also got the full 5-way binding posts that unscrew and they accept normal banana plugs. The only problem you're going to probably have is you're going to need, you can't use a set of twin RCAs, you're going to have to separate them quite a bit. I'm powering, I'm feeding the source to this from the Behringer DAC through fiber optic to a FIO D3, and these are RG59 copper adapted RCAs that I pretty much made custom for this, and they plug. Is there left and right indicated on this, or am I going to be guessing? Oh yeah, left. And you could just pick left and right. You're going to be making all the decisions on this anyway. So there's left and right. If you were coming from a computer, this would work fine, or you go straight from the line ins of the Behringer DAC. I just have those going to the Pioneer, so I don't want to use them. This allows me to use this as a bench amp while listening to music on that, and nothing's affecting anything. And like I said, the bananas plug right in, and I'm not using very heavy gauge wire. This is 16, but it's, I don't know where it came from actually. It's very well indicated. 2, 3. Right. There's something beeping, and I'm hitting my recorder, which is probably going to make a popping sound. That's fine. So we're now feeding it signal, and there's the wires out. And I'm probably going to put this back on, even if it's just temporary. It was only about 10 screws to get it out. 6 on top and 4 on the sides. Oh, we need power. Power would be good. Let's pick a set of speakers. Let's get the... I don't want to put these on. These are the Cerwin Vegas. I'm not testing those. These are the Daytons. I'm not going to test those. The hardest speakers to drive that I have in this building are these Andrew Jones Pioneer BS21s. Let's kill that. And let's not kill the micas. A little bit of a shuffling going on here. Alright. Upside down. Actually, I do like to listen to these upside down. I don't know. It's a preference thing. It's entirely a preference thing. Don't lose my 10 very small set screws. How's it sound on the microphone? Sound good? Good. So, knobs are down. I'll take off the protective plastic for you guys. Oh God, I hate doing that. She powers. She sits there. Music is playing. It's getting signal. It just won't indicate until you raise the volume. That's the wrong side. Alright, doesn't matter. I'll put these both to half. Fishbone.
Run it, run it.
Whoa. Okay. That was a louder song than the previous one. But yeah, you saw the meters barely, they did not get to a clip value. Now the only problem with having a big power amp like this that has individual volume controls is it has individual volume controls. And what that means is you can't just go, I want this louder. You need to go and either use the indicators on it or count clicks. These have indentations, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can put them to good time roll. Oh, yeah, that's, I don't know if you're gonna hear me speaking over that. And I used this yesterday for about, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours, testing the different speakers, and this got warm, but never too hot to run. And it's pretty warm in this room. It's the air conditioner is fighting to keep up with this heat wave. So I don't know what else to say about it. Came out of the box, it turned on, it plays anything I put to it, and I've never taken it to full because I know anything that's attached to it will explode. Oh, those are nice Pioneers, and now they're garbage. Oh, Cernvic, garbage. Dayton's garbage. Micah's garbage. Which is good, though, because you want headroom. And what that big tordial transformer and those caps do is give you headroom. And what headroom is when you have it playing, when the big bass note hits, or when it goes from quiet to loud, you don't have to touch the volume control. It's got potential to power anything. It'll bounce up from 10 watts while you're listening to 72 or 78 or 109, whatever it needs to go to. As long as you're not playing this at full tilt, you've got headroom. And if you play this at full tilt, you've got very inefficient speakers. These are pretty inefficient. No other speaker I've ever plugged into this amp has needed to have the volumes at half to be loud. That's usually loud. Like, what time is that? 11 o'clock? 10:30? 10:30 is usually, okay, everything's going to explode. On these particular Pioneer BS21s, they have to be loud. They have to be played with. A T-amp, I'm going to eventually hook up my Indeed to them and try to power them. And I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off without being fully up with a really good power supply. So yeah, if you need all the power in the world, this is your amp. This is the cheapest amp you're going to find that does what it does. And I really should switch to 1/4 inch because I think that's just cool. Do not worry about XLRs unless you're going like 35 feet. That's what they're intended for. XLRs are for professional installations in studios where the microphone is 2 rooms over and they're running it in, or they're running powered monitors around an entire bank of amps. You know, don't worry about it. RCAs are fine. Little 1-foot RCAs are fine. It's a little FIO D3. I'll put links to everything I have here. I'll put links to actually, you're not going to put links to these. These are the 21s. The 22s have replaced them. And probably for good reason. A little bit of a preview of the review on these. I think these metal mesh grills do impede their sound. Because I yanked them off just to see something. Because there was a vibration during a song. And definitely sounded different and probably better with them off. But they're completely disgusting with them off because it's just exposed screws and everything. So that's why the 22s have cloth grills. They wouldn't have changed them if they didn't need to. So there it is. My review of the A500 is nothing else I could show you. They power anything you put to them. and it weighs probably in the 14 to 15 pound range, and it's really loud. When you shut it off, she does that cool little animation. And there you go.